it does seem that monogamy is outliving its usage.
Is
that your sense?
Yeah, we're living longer, and which is a problem. When we were living to be into our early 40s, and
it's perfect.
It was
it's perfect. You're married 10 years and you're
out. It's
out.
a little easier to be have a monogamous relationship with one partner until we die. Now that we're living into our 80s, 90s, and potentially hundreds.
God, I'm exhausted just thinking about it.
It starts to be in question whether having one partner who's also, the other cultural reality now is that we have expectations to have one partner who's our romantic, economic,
everything, all in one bucket.
Spiritual, social, emotional partner, and
it's impossible.
And it also, when we merge that fully, we lose the dynamic that really creates eroticism and sexuality. It can really blur that in it. And in a monogamous, long-term, many decades relationship, often sex completely goes away for many, many people.
From an evolutionary standpoint, it makes no sense. Monogamy makes no sense because as human beings, we should be making as many babies as possible. It's a volume game. Catch the good sperm, get the fertile ladies, and keep them going, right? But from a social standpoint, I read a very interesting theory recently about how monogamy was a social construct put into place by a bunch of mediocre men. Because the hot guys and the rich guys are going to keep all the women, and then there's nothing left for, average Joe. So average Joe institutes this binding, this social binding, where at least there's equitable distribution of the resources, namely the women. It makes total sense to me.
I think it's also tied to the needs that grew out of the development of the agrarian society. Women become a necessity and a piece of property that's just as necessary to bear children, to work the farm, to and to own that relationship is an unfortunate outgrowth of that development.
Right, and to the men's defense, if you're the one that's bringing in the economic resources, you want to make sure that you're funding your own, right? And
that's in question for me. Other cultures, patriarchy is not a given, and that when the patrimony is unclear, when the women are having multiple sex partners, and the men in the society, they take care of all the children. The reason monogamy is in question, as you put it, is that people really need to own their own sexual experience and bring it to their partner or their life and their lifestyle, and be honest about their needs. And those needs change. To say that when I'm 25, I'm going to marry someone and stay sexually exclusive with that person for the next 70 years is absurd to me. And I think that where I would really like to see people arrive is to own their own experience and to continue to be honest and authentic with their intimate partners about their needs.